So we're heading down now to the final 2 days to the inauguration of the new U.S. President Joe Biden. And there's a whole lot of talk about what his immediate presidential actions will be on the economy and the markets. My colleague Andrew Schmertz joins us now on the show for a chat to this and more. Good afternoon, my friend. The markets are closed for today. It's Martin Luther King's holiday, but there's still business news. Yes. So what are we expecting President-elect Joe Biden to do on this $9 billion Keystone pipeline? That's a whole lot of money. Will he scrap it?
Yeah, this was a big issue back in the 2016 campaign. This time around, it sort of fell off the radar with everything going on. But the Keystone Pipeline is a $9 billion project that runs from Alberta, Canada, to Nebraska. Now, the Obama administration had tabled the plan, citing environmental concerns as well as concerns that Native Americans had, because part of the pipeline would run through their territory. The Trump administration revived the pipeline and greenlit it, saying it's going to create close to 10,000 jobs and reduce our dependency on foreign oil. Well, President-elect Biden's first move, or one of his first moves, we understand, when he gets into office, is to once again cancel the pipeline. So the on-again, off-again pipeline may be off again, citing again environmental concerns and concerns that Native Americans have. Also, that we have reduced our dependency on foreign oil significantly, that we don't need this pipeline anymore. This will no doubt ruffle the Canadians a little bit, which had relied on this pipeline for part of their oil business, the oil sands in Alberta, and moving that through the pipeline. But the Canadian government's official position was that they will work with the United States on crafting a environmentally fair solution to moving oil between the countries.
What other executive actions relating to business and the economy are we expecting from Joe Biden?
Yeah, as you know, he faces 4 crises: COVID, the economic downturn, racial injustice, and climate change. So on these issues, the first being COVID, he is going to want a new round of stimulus money on top of the money that was just passed at the end of the year, $1,400 additional dollars for most individual Americans, as well as continued help for small businesses, and going to change how the vaccine program is rolled out. He has a bunch of different proposals there. One of them is to open up all of the vaccines that are in reserve and not hold any back. Meantime, he is going to rejoin, he says, the Paris Climate Accords. Those were the accords negotiated under the Obama administration. He was, of course, a member of the Obama administration as President Obama's vice president. President Trump pulled the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Accord, saying they were unfair to the United States because they relied on the U.S. doing significantly more than, for example, China. However, those accords have gone on. The rest of the nations have stayed in them, and the United States may come back to those programs. He's also going to direct his cabinet to look through the agencies on where they can help on the economy for individual Americans. So he has a bunch of issues on his plate and going to get started, he says, right away when the inauguration takes place at 12 noon Eastern Time on Wednesday.
It's a bit about lunchtime. So did you miss your lunch today, Andrew? Because thousands of fast food workers went on strike in honor of the Martin Luther King Day. What are they asking for? Did you get anything for lunch?
No, the food truck was on the corner. I was able to get lunch, so that was good. But 1,000 or so workers of fast food restaurants walked off the jobs in 15 different cities on this MLK Day to protest what they claim are low wages and low benefits and a risk to their health because of COVID. They want a $15 federal minimum wage. That is something that President-elect Biden has said he will attempt to do, though there's controversy because $15 in New York means something different than $15 in, say, Omaha. They want better health insurance and more consistent health insurance, and they want some federal guidelines on COVID protection because they say they've been essential workers. They're going to serve food and going to work every day, and that they need additional precautions regarding COVID. About 1,000 workers, not too many, are on strike. It's more symbolic move on this MLK holiday than anything else, but they are using today to highlight their issues.
I think they deserve every good thing they can get for putting their lives on the line and things like that. Of course, we all appreciate what they're doing to make sure we got the right meal.
Indeed.
Yes. So the right leading social media platform, and this is getting back to the whole issue around Parler, which was in the news just about a week ago, has scrambled to get back in line. How is he getting on this?
Yeah, so Parler is the favored social media network of sort of right-wing conspiracy theorists. They're not the only ones on the platform, but Parler does not have much moderation into it. So you can post whatever you want to post, whatever crazy crackpot theory you want to. And Parler was in part blamed for the Capitol riots 2 weeks ago. Amazon, Google, and Apple all kicked Parler off. So Parler effectively went out of business. Today, its website is back up and running. It says that it's going to be fully returned to service at the end of this month, though it's unclear exactly how, because Apple and Google are not making Parler available in the app stores, and it comes down to moderation. Apple says that if Parler demonstrates that it will moderate the content, that it can return to the platform. Apple and Google control 95% of all apps out there. Without those two companies, you basically have no business. And Parler knows that, and that's why they're suing the companies over antitrust violations since being removed from the platforms.
The world of social media, a whole lot of battles going on there. What about Oscar Mayer, if you try to wrap things up and trying to produce a hot dog and the Wienermobile, whatever it is? They are hiring. Is this good business? Is it a driver's who's better?
Well, it's good for lunch, I guess, as we were talking about just earlier. They're looking for some college grads who just graduated college to drive their Wienermobile across the country. That's a 27-foot van that's shaped like a hot dog. And these people will be featured on TV as well as social media. The Wienermobile was parked and grounded last year because of COVID. They're trying to get it back out there. So a college grad who's a little bit of a hot dog might want the job. Not a bad job.
Yeah, that's a whole lot about the hot dog itself.
I don't know if you get free hot dogs. That's probably
I'm not sure they're going to let a free one there, but it's just coming to my neighborhood, isn't it? Just drive it to my neighborhood, and I could just get it. Thank you so much, Andrew. It's good to see you. Thank you so much. Back in business tomorrow, back on Wall Street. Andrew Schmertz in New York.